Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, SuperCoach Pro. Today we are doing the round 6 team SuperCoach review. We went big enough anyway. We scored 222-6, now ranked 747, literally flying at this point. Good start of the season. Total scores not too far away from number one, still reachable, but still a long way to go. Some players that we're thinking of bringing in, swaps and change every 2 minutes, but that's fine. The whole point of SuperCoach is just your brain is ticking like you wouldn't believe. So, side's absolute flying, top 1%, never going to cry about that. So many woulda, shoulda, couldas, but at the end of the day, you just got to lesson to learn, not trade out your primos for various reasons. So, start off in the back line, work our way through. Just some hindsight things like, look, I admit, probably shouldn't have got rid of Horn Francis, but I split the pick into Marek and Humphrey. Accountability taken. It's a one win, one non-win. Humphrey was an absolute fail, absolute spud. The rest of the trade's been pretty okay without being amazing, but it's got me to where I am now. So honestly, can't complain at how I've been going. Probably due to me not sidewaysing primos. Didn't start players like Jaden Short, like going for the Tigers. You just know not to pick short every year. Didn't trade out Roberts either, as some did last week, which I alluded not to do. But look, I'm not even saying I'm going to get everything right, of course. But sidewaysing mid prices just don't seem to be the play. Although I've tinkered with it during many of various events, I've never followed through just to using my logic at the end of the week, which is what you probably should do when trying to move in players like Chera to restructure or Ed Richards to restructure. Just not the right play from what we've seen. Starting a Will Day type either, like you can't foresee injuries, but lesson learned is too many mid-prizes can really stuff your side. I know we hunt value for a starting side, but sometimes there's probably rookies and primos to start with, or else you're trying to trade yourself out of these mid-price madness players. Starting Baz as well, bit of a miss that people didn't start him. I didn't have to base a trade on him, but on the flip side to that, I brought in Ashcroft after round 2 just to see if he was sub a couple of times. So you've got to start these high-end draft picks as well. Can't avoid them. But also on the flip side to that, 1 or 2 rookies won't really define your season if you've missed them. Like I'm with Murphy Reed and a couple others. So you just got to wear those and make sure you're trading correctly and not sidewaysing your whole entire side because you're reactionary and this game takes, a lot of turns and you just got to ride the wave instead of grabbing a tissue box and hiding in the corner. So, look, Cheezel, 86. He just jumped times in the last quarter. Rolls probably not there, but look, just going to roll with this pick. Same as Orcs, was held pretty well and a lot of time on the pine for whatever reason after that tackle. And then Jordan Clark's he's been all right for what he is. So the back line included in 5, but we're still in the top 1K due to the midfield purely. So the swap and changes. My mids are good or my defense is good, and 49's is consistent, I'd say. Yeah, Roberts 119. Justify the pick, whatever you want to do to say you shouldn't have got rid of him, especially for those that grab like a Petrarca for him or something like that. They're going to score around the same anyway. Look, I understand where it comes from, but sometimes you just got to be accountable for these stupid comments and just wear what you've done. Like I'm wearing the Horn Francis thing. Like you're going to do these mistakes, just front up to them. Bryce, consistent, probably not the D6, D7 I thought perhaps, but he still could be, honestly. Wouldn't be the worst D7 at this point. I still really hope he's a D6, let's be honest. And Trainer and Reed, you're going to have to get rid of one potentially, see how we go. We can loop Trainer, then suss out what we do with Reed later on. Brayshaw, paid up for him, SSP, got rid of him a couple of weeks ago for that, but needed a good pod captain while everyone was bringing in Nicky Day. And then Merritt 106, hard watch, to be honest, very hard watch. Didn't get a couple of free kicks towards the start of the quarter. They should have gone towards him, but you can't cry onto champion data every 5 seconds about a handball missed or a tackle missed. Like you win some, you lose some. Just grab some concrete. Same with Trainer. Like who was to know who's going to be sub on Team Chest as a Tigers man? I didn't see that coming at all. And Reed, these rookie roulettes make it really difficult some weeks, but you just got to know that most of these people have them as well. Ed Richards, 198, he's been fantastic. Don't know why people got rid of him, averaging 104. He's been a great pick, apart from the 76. His lowest after that was a 97. And
and the rest have been all in the hundreds. So it's been a great shout so far as a pod. Cherry 2, those who moved on, probably a very silly move, to be honest. Like, why are you trading him out? It's ridiculous. Probably the worst call to trade out these, guys with a value, because honestly, they could become M7, M8 at worst case, especially if they've got enough cash gen, which is drying up faster than you can imagine in some people's teams. And then, Oliver's Oliver. Like, he's a redhead. What do you expect? Look, he's got a good fixture, so I'm not going to say you should trade him today, cost or anything like that. Like, we've clearly seen what happens. Like, look at Roberts, goes 119. And then same with Callahan, had a really poor few weeks and just bounced back with 116. Now he's averaging a 95. So he's got to wear these picks and just ride them out. Upgrade the rookies off your field first before being reactionary. And then, Lindsay, whatever, he surely gets the wing role now. Some players coming back, which is probably better for his scoring than playing a lockdown defender role. Marias, you're dead, mate. You're probably done unless you get named for North. And then Ahuli, what do you do here with this cash gen? He's hopefully not sub, but if he is, it's really annoying. Gorn and DeConning, please don't trade DeConning out for Flynn. I'll probably bring in Flynn myself after this debate on Twitter. But I always like to play devil's advocate just to see what other people can come up with to then sell me the pick or further steer me away somewhat from going there. Just give me a couple other points. So I'm not trying to be controversial when I make these Twitter posts about bringing in, players like Kerno, it's 386,000 or whatever it is. There's some plays that you could do, and it's not like I'm just shooting darts and hoping one of them lands. There is reasons behind why I look into players, of course. McRae, Rankin, and Smith all in one. Pretty consistent. So what are you going to get? Between 80s and 100s from them any given week. Probably not VC and C options for me. Obviously, McRae is, but slowed down a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Has McRae, Cub Daniel, 88, averaging 101. Marek, 91. He's been good from the Horn Francis trade out. And then, Hewitt looped that. Was amazing, actually. 97 took that. So, gained 60 points on people that fielded a Cleary type. Rosie as well. If you trade out Rosie after the windy tag, probably pretty stupid of you as well. So, basically, don't start too many mid-prices and don't sideways players for chasing scores. Like, we've seen what it is when you pay up 600K for one or two scores. It's not necessary to play at all. You got to let it play out. And then you realise that some of these premos you paid up for too start to regress. So you can't point chase per se. Especially if you haven't looked at them in the preseason. If you haven't looked at a primo in the preseason and now you still are now, it's probably not the best track to go, I'm going to grab him now. I think he's top 6 or top 8 when he wasn't even in your plans in the first place. So for me, I wish I could get players like George Hewitt, etc. in the side, but the round 12 buy hinders me. But in saying that, is where do you go from here? Do you hunt value? Do you hunt going full, balls to the walls, as they say? On this, it's two different avenues. It depends where you're ranked as well. So for me, probably going to loop Trainer. Trainer's scoring against Reed has been way better if you look at it. I'm not going to click on it because you can clearly see it yourself, like most of the people own him. But if Trainer plays well, then you sort of, I'm not going to make an upgrade, but I'm going to bank 79K. So then looking at the rookies, you've got Will White, you've got Carroll. Carroll's job security is a little bit shaky with Cowan coming back in the side, recovering from like a hamstring, which is weird. But if Cowan and him get named in the same side, it'd be something different. Erasmus has been thrown up by Freo Tragic as well, could get named now with O'Meara named out, Fife named out. That was a really good shout, actually. I'm sure there's other guys that will come through. So what we'd do, hypothetically, let's say Trainer does well, you put Leak on the field and Hooley. This is interesting, actually. If Hooley's not, or however you want to pronounce it, I don't really care. Let's just call him Sub. If he gets named as not a sub, he's really tempting to run instead of Trainer this week. If Trainer's a 60, he's not named sub, I'm probably running it. Anyway, I'm probably going to have to get rid of one of these guys to do something in cash gen, and the other is probably Marias and save one boost because it's not like I need a double downgrade to get 2 must-have rookies. When I say must-have, I mean ones that are going to make you really good cash, and none of them are really must-have. It might be just must-have for your specific side. So
So don't twist those words or else you'll get yourself confused. So yeah, what I've learned so far, try not to trade out your primos. It's just unwarranted. And you can make up all the statistics you like for different various reasons to suit yourself, but it end up biting you really bad. So we go on Flynn. Job security is absolute trash, honestly. Like, he scored 87 in the first round, kicked a goal, and had 13 hit-outs against probably one of the hardest ruckmen to play in what was it? I'm drawing blanks here. Anyway, against the Gold Coast ruckman. I've had a lack of sleep. You guys know why of late, so I'm not worried about that. But Spargo's probably the one I want to go for. Will White, job security. I'm not too sure if it's shaky or not. Tom Lynch, you couldn't go there. I don't really want Jimmy Carlton rookies. Like, I've already been burnt by Campo before as well, and that was a hard watch. So for me, maybe you could possibly go early on a player that comes, but then you've also got to note that if you do that, you've got to wait for 2 bubble games and then 2, let's say, Hurstway, for example. You've got to wait for him to be on the bubble and then hope that he stays for another 2 while Nash is out. So it is really risky. It's just what you want to do from here on out. The player I was trying to think of too was Witts. Witts is the one that buffed Finn, and then Finn spent a month in the waffle. I've had a big day, so lack of sleep, excuse me. And then, yeah, Spargo for me, probably the guy that I'm looking at. It's not great. Like, White, Spargo, Durden, back-to-back 90s, but then plays the Cats, and you're paying an extra 50K for. Probably not something I want to do. But Spargo scored a 70. Could be a once-off. I can't believe this bloke's played 100 games and as a sub. He's been a sub a couple times. Plays Richmond, West Coast, and Hawthorn, and then I can bank a bit of money. So essentially, Flynn in the flex would really help me out for probably F6 or D6 at this point. Bank 76K and use the boost when there's potentially really good rookies to actually grab that are on the bubble, that are appealing. The job security is okay, all the rest of it. So that's the side as it stands. If it changes in this trade updates, I will let you know. Hopefully Dimmer's doing okay after getting a bit of reality check there. I really, at the start of the week, wanted to get Dacos, but I can't afford to do that unless I get rid of Marek. People in the comments on Twitter were right. Like, Marek too early would really hurt me, especially with his fixture as well. Trainer, probably a way better scorer than Reed as well, if you look at his current form before a sub. And then Leak. Do you get rid of a Leak and a Boyd to regenerate cash? Not in this side, I don't think. But other than that, team's flying. We didn't go missing because of a ranking slide or whatever like that. We're not like that. Even when we do have a poor week, we show up. We even did a little live stream a couple of weeks ago when we scored like 1,800, and it was like, for the round, it was like a 70,000 score for the round. We still showed up. I just had to do for some family things, as you guys know. So, yeah, team's going all right. I'm probably going to save my last boost unless something else comes out. We're definitely not going to do this if we have a bad week. We will show up. So, thanks again for watching. Lovely support, subbing like you haven't already. And I'll be back on the next one.